Hey guys, welcome back to some more World of Warcraft. Today's video, we're going to be running through some horrific visions and kind of helping understand exactly how this works and really showing you what you can do in here. Now, you do have to run this a lot of different times, and I didn't understand it at first, but now I'm starting to get exactly how to do this. Now, the first thing you want to note is when you first come in here and you unlock this, is this guy right over to your right side, which is Argamu. So in here, they are going to require you to run this a multitude of times to get these displaced corrupted mementos. These are going to allow you to unlock this hourglass right here, which is going to give you special abilities within here. So as you exchange those mementos into here, the hourglass of the horrific visions, he's going to provide you with this resource right here, which of course is going to give you the ability to unlock these. I ran this once or twice. I didn't know about these at all, but we were able to make a little bit of progression. And these are super important for keeping this sanity when you go in here. Now, on our left side, this is what you can actually get. So you'll notice in here that we have the veteran weaponsmith, the heroic weaponsmith, and then the champion weaponsmith. So they do have a few different resources out of here. And when you look at the upgrades, they're pretty solid, even looking at the champion. But then we start looking at some of the heroic, which I think they might even have the same loot, which it looks like the same loot. He does have a couple more pages in here. Unlocks future champion items in the horrific vision. So as you're making a little bit further, and also noting these are a much higher level. So looking at the cost rate here, it is 500 of those corrupted mementos, and it is item level 658. Starting out on this one, it's 639, and I'm not sure with this one, 632. So this is actually kind of the basic is the veteran, then you have the champion, then you have the heroic weaponsmith. So when we get into this, and this is where I kind of want to run through. So you go in here and you go into the horrific vision. This is going to allow us to come in here. Now you'll notice none of the bosses are defeated. Now I think you can do this as a group. I've been running this solo just like I do with most of World of Warcraft. I'm going in here and running this solo, but you'll notice that I have right here a construct which is going to allow damage. There is a little tome right here which gives you different things. So if you want a tank, if you want a healer, if you want an extra damage, I went with the extra damage. Don't know if that's the best one to get, but you'll notice this meter right in the middle, which is our sanity meter, which is going to be important just in a minute. And you also notice these percentages. Now, every time that I've run through here, the percentages of these little guys on the side have actually been increasing. You can see we went through this already 3 times. And then this is who we have to talk to start this. So looking at the map, this is Stormwind. So this, of course, is, and you can see right here, we do have a couple different places, which we're going to have to get to. And I can only really go through one right now. Now, if you're newer to World of Warcraft like I am, when you're going through here, it is incredibly difficult to get through and run the sanity. Now, you'll notice this beginning part. And then, of course, this is kind of a lighter purple, and then darker, kind of more infected or more kind of grotesque with the horrific visions. These have different levels. So you'll actually lose a little bit more sanity in there to go through this. And then I do have this right here. We're going through and we're running this. You can see 2 of 8 black blood residue that we have in here. That comes from the chest at the end, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. But let's go ahead and enter the vision. So he will cast opening the vision. Then the sanity starts. So once you start going through here, you have to make sure that you're ready to go because the sanity starts. You lose a certain amount of sanity when you get through here. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to speed through some of this. Disciples of the North. So I went through and I actually pulled all the way to these 2, which again, we'll look at in just a little bit, but got everything up here, got some of my defensive abilities up. And this is, we do get some crowd control in here, and we might die out of here if we don't get some of these up. But last time I went in here, and I don't know, sometimes it seems like it's very slow for our little guy to actually follow us, but I pulled all these, and I'm thinking maybe now with the crowd control, we might actually die, which I don't think we did. I think we stayed alive, but this does make up quite a bit of time. I'm not 100% sure if this is the best way to do it, but then even coming through here, I do the exact same. So I pull a couple here, and then I stack these 2 on this side, just for the simple fact that we are going to be able to, again, get the mitigation up. Boom, I want to get some of that healing up. There's Psychotic Scream. I don't want to get hit by that because I don't want to come over and get hit by a bunch of other guys. We might actually die in this one again. And I'm assuming that this is different. So almost every time that we come in here, now looking at our sanity, still doing pretty well in there. I want to get up some of these That way I can go ahead and heal myself. And these are the corrupted little pieces. So over on this, we're going to our right. There are going to be 3 little dwarfs over here that we are actually going to kill. I don't want to get picked up by these because I don't want any of the resources. So right there is the 3 little gnomes. So these guys we're going to pick up. And there we go. So brainwashed gnomes we are taking out. All 3 of them are dead. Let's go ahead and get through here. And you'll notice the AoE, they do kind of attack. We're saving our sanity, and we want to kind of move through this a little bit quicker. I do have to open this. Now, this, we're looking for bombs. There are 8 different bombs in here. We have to plant the explosives, and then we have to continue pulling everything in here. Boom. Let's go ahead. They're shooting back here, so I want to make sure, again, that we're kind of stacking everybody up. And there are a few places in here that it gets a little more difficult, because even here, we can kind of stun this one with the weaponsmith. Some of these bombs a little bit more difficult, but I also want to hop over here, grab a few of these guys, and I'm hoping we're going to have enough to get through this. Got to get that damage mitigation up. You can see that sanity meter is burning through pretty well. Want to stay out of the ground effects we have here. And I want to try to ride out the sanity meter as much as we can, but let's pop up some of this explosives. We have 1 more that's over here. I think I can actually pop these mounted, which is good. Now, this is kind of a mini boss. So here he is elite. We want to get, again, some of this damage mitigation up, making sure that we can kind of drop these guys out pretty quick. Get some crowd control in here, which it didn't work there. Again, got to get this heal up. That heroic leap, pretty tough. We're standing in here. Might be game over on this one. There we go. We got him down. All right, sanity is almost gone. As you can see, we're going to pop our sanity orb, or it's not going to let us because we're going to get hit and stunned. We might die. Sanity orb, come on, come on, come on. Oh, we got sanity orb up. There we go. The 105, we're getting all of our sanity back. Now, you only have 3 times to use this, and then it is game over for sanity orb. So we want to make sure we're back up to absolutely full, and then continuing through here with all of these labors that we got in here. Get our AoE up. And as we're kind of pulling these through, we can go through, grab this next bomb. There we go. Again, coming in here, we'll go ahead and pull this next pack. And this is really time. I mean, going through here, time is of the essence for this game mode. Once we do explode all of these explosives, we do have a boss that drops out that we have to take out. 1 bomb, and I think we might have forgot 1 bomb back there a little bit further. I think we did miss one. We missed when we pulled that first pack. We're going to have to double back. That is going to cost us some sanity in there. Get the big heal up. Yeah, I see the bomb right there. So let's grab this one. Boom. Let's jet back this way. That's the one that we skipped. And there we go. So we'll place the explosives. This is where we got to hit the charger. And this is going to drop down our first boss we're going to try to go through. Detonating, and then he drops right in this area. So 1 boss is going to be down. You can see right here, slay the discipline. Boom, there's our boss. Get ready, the Avenging Wrath is going to be up in a second. I don't want to stay in any of the fire. Now, that's probably not ideal to stand in the fire. Want to make sure, again, that we're getting a lot of damage out very fast. Putting up that Hammer of Wrath. Feel like he's going to die pretty quick. There we go. So he goes down. There's a portal. Then we can move into this next zone. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves. Now, this zone I have not done. I'm not exactly sure. Afflicted with a promising power. So let's see over here. So this is actually looks like a gate that we're kind of stuck in. Yeah, it looks like we got to go down this way. Let's go ahead and kind of run through here. I'm wondering, here is a gate again. Oh. Got a hit, but where's our sanity? We still have pretty good, pretty decent on sanity right now. We got rats that are in here. All right, let's open this one up. All right, so this is Stormwind. You're now afflicted with leaden foot. We just got jumped by, it looks like a bunch of rogues in here, and we do have another, looks like another ally that joined us in here. All right, we got to take this down fast. It's going to be tough. We got sanity. Can we bring up the orb? I don't know if we can, which we did. All right, so we got up the orb. We still have one more. All right, so that's one target down. I think we have a couple more. There we go, full sanity. Go ahead and run through this a little bit faster. I'm thinking we're trapped here. Oh, we can't open the gate. Oh, that's horrible. Let's see, who's this guy? Free the captive. The target dummy, is he going to open the gate for us? We're losing a lot of sanity not knowing where we're going. No, he took off. All right, so I'm taking it. We have to go this way. SI7 informant. And there's a giant guy that just came around the corner. Again, this is a place that we have not done yet. Haven't seen it, haven't been here. Pulling out these dwarfs. I see one more spot that we have to, it looks like, go to back here. So I think they're going to take him down pretty quick. Again, we are getting these random buffs, random debuffs in here. We're going to have to drop a heal. Boom, there we go. It almost does look like a boss that's back here. Go ahead and pull him with a hammer of wrath. Heal going on. A lot of damage really fast. There we go. Want to keep this up while the hammer of wrath is up. It looks like we have, what, 2 more back there. We're going to have to take off. All right, got the heal. Gonna have to pop sanity here. Not too bad, though. We got through a couple more. I see 2 more, it looks like, that are inside here. Let's fill up sanity. We might be able to take out 2 bosses, and then I'm going to hop over to the main boss. There is like a finishing boss. If you start, and as you're going through here, the bosses do get harder and harder as you're going through. Let me open it. No. No way through. Gate is locked. Gate is locked. Oh, there we go. There's 2 little side pieces right there. So the gates are locked. Not sure, is nothing even back here. All right, so there's an eye. That we can't even hurt. This is going to be turn away from the eyes. I think you can line of sight them. Again, there's another eye. All right, so we took out that guy. All right, where's the portal? There's the portal. I don't think we're going to have enough in here. We do not have any more buffs. This does take us to the final boss, though. Hoping maybe we can do this without having this up. I don't think so. This is actually the final boss. And look, there's an eye here. Oh, because we took out the second boss, we're going to have another eye. There's not going to be enough time for this. Yeah, because there's the eye. We want to make sure, that, again, that we're turned away from the eye. Yeah, we're going to run out here. We are not going to have enough time to kill this. Don't want to blow up here either. But I'm thinking almost like line of sight kiting this. Void eruption again, want to stay out of that. Yeah. Sanity burned us. So that's okay though. We got through 2. So let's go ahead. We can recap. We know exactly where. So collecting our rewards. So we're going to drop out of here. Let's go ahead and exit the vision, and we will finish this one in the entirety. Boom. And we picked up 3 chests. So I have not gotten to 3 chests yet, but looking here, what are we picking up out of the first one? So we got some more residue. Thank you for the mementos. Number 2, again, we have some residue, and we have some more displaced mementos. That's 3. That's 450. Then this one does give us another, what, 20? Yeah, we got through these three. So these must be the other kind of three bosses. If we defeated this one, would have been another big chest. Now, like I was saying earlier, with the mementos, is when you're going through here, you can actually use them um, to go through and level up the abilities that we have within here. So that is where this kind of comes in play. So we're going to exchange the corrupted mementos. There we go. Gives us another piece to our hourglass. The hourglass is really the first thing you want to build up. So then we can unlock the rest of these. That gives us reduces damage taken by 5%, increases damage done by 5%, which is awesome. We also do have the ability steal mine 10%, less sanity, and then 50 additional sanity. So we're just going to have to run this a bunch of different times because now it goes to 700, like what you've seen there. And even here, requires the achievement progression, complete 2 objectives, and kill the boss in either horrific visions. So we're going to have to make some more progression in this, of course, going to get stronger and stronger. We're at 652, so we could start picking up some of this loot out of here, and I definitely need a much stronger weapon. Even here is a great sword. I want the one-handed, so off-handed shield, two-handed, one-handed sword. There we go. That's what we need. Ace and versatility within there. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about running through the horrific visions. And as always, thank you guys for watching.